They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Yes, you said so.
Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's right.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
Do you see just how it feels? Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. There was design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Do you see just how it feels? Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Test 1, 2. 2, 2, 2. 2. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. The Lord said, confession good for the soul. So right now,
All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. And shot called. niggas letting shots off. Either that or the right hand to the top dog. Funny how we see vanity, not the lives lost. Can't be focused on a life that's hopeless. Out there pumping, not knowing the Lord will kill you for that hocus pocus. Used to roll with niggas that cook dope with weaponry. Same ones claim they love you. I had no life in jeopardy. And I know my mother wants success for me. But that G should take a girl straight to ecstasy. Remember running with bruh, even though we did the wrong thing. My life would've been a lot different if I fell up under Rob's wing. Was too sincere for a wicked game. Shame the Lord's name. Now we afflicted with pain. All I ever wanted was to be respected by stand-up niggas. Not knowing that them handcuffs custom made to fit. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. I ain't lying, I was close to dying. Knew I wanted to live, but I wasn't trying. I was defiant, not knowing that this ain't how we live. This just how they design it. Cause when you in them streets, you get more endemic. They don't tell you gonna be on papers and on restrictions. My father said a hard head'll make a soft ass. I didn't care, I wanted fear when I walked past. In a place where a black man's blood is cheap. I thank the Lord for the day I was on 8th Street. Pissing in the cup, back and forth to court. Flown to DC school, I swear it felt like I cried on that fucking porch. The Lord said, my sheep, they ain't hear my voice. Asked me why I'm UPK, I told them I ain't have a choice. They said God ain't 50-50 and what's gonna come to pass. The Lord called me out the world and I started running fast. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. Go ahead. All I wanted was to be a gangster. Isupk until it hit the fan. I want power and a throne, nigga, fuck them grams. All I wanted was to be a gangster, but I was real as a righteous man. And now got the upper hand, gotta promote this brand. Correct whole multitudes until they all understand. If I can't get that crown, Lord, then put me in the hands of someone more mighty, make me this hit man. Reminiscing on the pain that was felt. Shit, I was in the jail. Shit, I needed help. But Swan was locked up and the judge put man on the shelf. Had me crying cause it felt like I was left by myself. All I wanted was to impress niggas with my grinding. Now I ain't trying to prove shit to nobody but Muhammad. Cause most these niggas lie, pump smoke. One time for the most high, he made me a cutthroat. Cause all I ever wanted was to smash my opponents. Stacking cash, not knowing it wouldn't last. Dear God, I hope you accept my atonement. Cause all I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. First breath I took, a life too surreal. Second breath I took was the pivot and strike, finish the kill. Influenced by might, with every sentence reveal. I won't pay back, fuck a dollar bill. Remain calm as the pressure build. Gotta endure until I let this pump whistle at my foes in memory of Emmett Till. I only live to do my master's will. Isupk, motherfucker. Ain't no cowards on this battlefield. Gone astray but made greater. In my return, left to my mistakes. Every error was a lesson learned. Now I don't move unless it get approved. Won't take a step till it get confirmed. Arm and tape, what was made for our sakes. March like a tank. One step will make the ground shake. My people sick in they head, Lord, let this truth spread like an outbreak and bring hell at them crackers can't escape. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I want payback for the scars in the slave memoirs. Till Christ arrive, I can't let it slide. Ignore the lies. The only free will that's before your eyes is life or death, nigga, you decide. This heaven was made for me and my fellow. I patiently wait with my eyes on the sparrow, and I pull the trigger while my lips kiss the barrel. Before I ever let a white bitch do me like Othello. I want out this wicked life like Romello. By any means, this devil pulling strings like Geppetto. Lay hold on this brotherhood, I swear I never let go. And fuck that silver spoon, got too much love for the ghetto. Till the score settle, if need be, I die for the cause. Just to hear them angels applaud. And I'm true by every word I say. Cause I know my victory on the way. You want it? Nigga, walk this way. This life may be hard, but I can't give up. I'm about to go hard, and I won't give up. And could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so tough? Cause it's real, I be walking with them angels, boy. This life may be hard, but I can't give up. I'm about to go hard, and I won't give up. Could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so tough? It's real, I be walking with them angels, boy, I can't be touched. Can't do in the clutch. They hate, but they can't doubt us. We princes of the power, what you know about us? Evil all around us, but a nigga straight. I told you I can't be touched. Holy angels walk at my pace. And I'm grateful for the words that had me delivered. I'm hungry for the glory, but I ain't eating till I feed my next. One West, what I die for. Attire out the book of numbers, this rifle from the Archangel Michael. My niggas rebels, you can't deny them. It's 144. I be running to and fro with the Allah higher. My UPK soldiers ain't no folding or pretending. We in it for the crowns, fuck friends, we want dominion. In the election ascension, I hope I make it through. Give a damn what a bitch think, as long as my niggas know I'm true. Betray your kind to get success. We make it through the eye of the needle, nigga. I be as life may be hard, but I can't give up. I'm about to go hard, and I won't give up. And could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so tough? Cause it's real, I be walking with them angels, boy, I can't be touched. It's hard, but I can't give up. I'm about to go hard, and I won't give up. Could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so tough? Cause it's real, I be walking with them angels, boy, I can't be touched.
All right, everybody, clap it up, clap it up. Hey, y'all, can you turn the mic up a little bit? Is it all the way up, or is it up as far as it can go? Not as far as it can go, but just a little bit more volume. Shalom, shalom. Yeah, that's Tawab. All right, it's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York City, under Commander General Yohana. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. We teach the truth according to the Bible that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are God's chosen people according to the Bible, all right? Today's class is about discipline and what's necessary to be a good child of God. To being able to have discipline to control yourself. That's what today's class is about. It's about discipline. Without discipline, you can't fight the fight that God wants you to fight. You can't fight the fight that you need to fight as an adult. or even as a child, a son or a daughter. All of the things that you need that are good for you. All of the things that you need that are good for you, it takes discipline, all right? So let's start off right quick. Let me see, give me 1 second. Let's start off with Romans chapter 7. Let me start off at Romans chapter 7, all right? Like, what is discipline? Somebody give me the definition of discipline too as well. Let me get the definition of discipline. As soon as somebody got it, you can just read it. All right, so you think about things like drug addictions, you know, health issues. You may be battling something health-wise. Kodar, scoot your chair up where it was at. If I give you more push-ups. You think about drug addictions, health issues, things that we deal with on a daily basis as a people. You know, lust is another one, right? Your flesh is desiring to be with the woman or be with the man, and you don't really think past, you know, the courtship or the vetting part of a man or a woman. Instead, you're more interested on the sexual part of having a partner. And these things are, you know, even depression, right? Depression, laziness as well. All of these things are things that we battle with every day, and the only way we're going to be able to overcome those things is with discipline. All right, you're going to become, a sinner by being undisciplined. All right, so let me get the scripture. Did we get the definition of discipline? You got the mic? Oh, go ahead, read the definition right quick, all right?
Go on, sir. The definition of discipline.
Mm-hmm.
The first definition is training to act in accordance with rules.
Mm-hmm. Training to act in accordance to rules. That's okay. Go ahead and give me another one.
The second one is an active exercise or regimen that develops or improves skills.
Nah, let me get another one.
We
got the Zondervan in here as well. Go ahead.
A branch of instructions or learning.
Mm-hmm.
Punishment inflicted.
Okay, a branch or instructions of learning is definitely good, because you think about school discipline, right? Like they say, you know, these are different disciplines, or these are different topics or things that you study in college. You know what I mean? Like law is a discipline. Medical field is a different discipline. Like these are all different lessons, or like the definition you just read just now. But discipline is also just see if the definition of the word discipline is in there. We got the other mic, we got it on the sister side. All right, just see if the other definition, if discipline is in the Zondervan. But I'm going to just give it to you for time's sake as well. But that one is a good definition. But discipline is also being able to say no to the things that are not good for you. Being able to say no to the things that you don't need. That's what discipline is, saying no. Like you're a person that has high blood pressure, then you should have the discipline to stay away from the things that are not good for your blood pressure. You're a person that's battling lust from having sexual relations with a brother or a sister, then you got to practice saying no and being abstinent or celibate, right? You have to be strong enough to say no, all right? So that's what discipline is. It may not be in there, but we're going to jump to it. If it's not in there, no problem. All right, no problem. Go ahead, Taziar.
Okay, sir, right quick.
Is that mic on? Are the mics turned all the way up on the system? All right, go ahead and read that.
What was it?
Just check the class online and make sure all the audio is coming in correct. Good. Go ahead, Art.
Romans 7, and this is the book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 1.
Go ahead. So we're going to start off at the book of Romans, chapter 7. Start me off at 14, all right?
Go on. Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
For we know that the law is spiritual.
So we know that the law is spiritual, right? The law is spiritual. Like the law is the thing that keeps your soul in the right place. That keeps your spirit in the right place. All right, like these laws that are given in the U.S. or in carnal laws, those laws are, you know, they have those laws for different reasons. But the laws of God are what keeps your spirit intact. And that's something that you need. We all need as a people. So because, you know, when you think about the things that we fall subject to every day, If it wasn't for the laws of God, we wouldn't be able to fight against those things. Like, think about example for like homosexuality, right? Homosexuality is at one point something that was lawful in America, something that was lawful. But in actuality, in all actuality, homosexuality is spiritually bad. It's a spiritually unlawful. And there's laws against homosexuality in the Bible. There's laws against it. A man should be with a woman, and a woman should be with a man. And that's in the Bible. And those things keep you from suffering curses. Because even though they may have different laws in the land and ways of life in the land, you'll fall victim to plagues and curses if you don't follow the laws of God. If you don't know the laws of God and follow those laws, you don't get away because you don't know the law, because, you're ignorant of the law. All right. So Paul right now is saying that the law of the Most High is what? Read it again.
Okay. Verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual.
So the laws of the Most High are spiritual. They are perfect. They are pure. They don't have to be changed. You don't have to go into Congress meetings and pass new laws and, consider passing new bills to change laws. Not with the laws of God. They are perfect and pure, and they are forever. Go ahead and read.
But I am carnal.
But I am what?
Carnal.
Now see, but Paul is saying, I am carnal. Meaning what? Paul is admitting that he's weak. He's a flesh. Your flesh, carnal. That's what carnality is. It's like fleshly things. Things that are just, weak or fleshly side of things. And he's saying that I am carnal. And we know that we can be weak. You can have thoughts that are, thoughts to do things that are wrong, because that's how your flesh is. Your flesh is desiring things that your spirit may not be desiring, that your spirit may not need. So Paul is saying that the laws of God are spiritual, but I am weak. My soul, I am carnal. I am flesh. Go ahead.
Sold under sin.
Meaning what? Sold under sin, meaning born into captivity, being in captivity. Being born into sin. You're a child and you grow up, your mothers without the truth are what? They're having you celebrate birthday parties, and you only 1 year old. You don't know nothing about a birthday party, 2 years old, 3 years old. You barely know how to talk and walk and chew your own food. But your parents are celebrating birthday parties. They may be, at some point in your childhood, begin to feed you pork and shrimp and crab and lobster. They don't know the law. They don't know the law to keep the law. So therefore, we are born into sin. And he said right now that, what did he say? Read that part again.
Okay. But I am carnal, sold under sin.
You understand? He's saying that I am sold under sin. Now, why are we bringing up all of this? Because we're about to get into a lesson from Paul that all of us need as black men, Hispanic and Native Indian men and women. We need this throughout life because we are born into sin. There's sin all around us. There's things that look absolutely good and fine that are not. There are things that look like it's golden, but it's not golden. It's actually bronze or silver, right? You look at Instagram and you see women, they shaking their behinds and it looks attractive, but you marry a woman like that and you're gonna live in captivity. You're gonna be oppressed with child support and STDs. Pork may look good when they cook it up and serve it a certain way, but you eat that, you're gonna have health issues. The Lord is gonna put curses on you. So these things you need in life to navigate life, and that's what we're about to get into. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let me get to verse 15. All right.
Okay.
Romans chapter 7, verse 15. And Paul is going to explain to you why these things are easy for us to get into, but how strong we have to be. Go ahead and read.
Verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
For that which I do, I allow not.
So that which I do, I allow not. What does that mean? For that which I do, I allow not. What does that mean? What does that mean? Go ahead, sis. You're going to pick up the mic. So what is he saying for that which I do?
Not Slovakia, sir. Not having like control over their own actions or.
That's a good one as well. That's an example of that. That's an example of that. Like you don't have control over your own actions. What will you do? You'll do drugs, right? You'll have sex with another man's wife. You know, you'll eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. You'll celebrate birthdays. You'll unalive a man or a woman out of emotions. Things that you would not do. So, right, alcoholism. Like these are the things that he's saying right now when he says what? That for that which I do, hold on, right? Where am I at? Yeah, for that which I do, meaning the bad things, go ahead, I do what? I allow not. I need you to follow along with me with the reading, okay? I allow not. But then he also says what?
For what I would, that do I not.
So for what I would, that do I not. Meaning what? I want to do right, but I struggle to. You see what I'm saying? Now think about how many people who have alcohol addictions or drug addictions or, lust, that are very lustful people that can't control their flesh. They may not want to do these things, right? A lot of times that's the thing about it, right? Like they don't want to do it, or they may say to themselves, "Oh, I can stop. I can stop whenever I want to stop." And what is the truth of the matter? That they can't stop. They want to. They feel like they can, but they don't. That's why he's saying, what I would, that do I not. Right? I want to do the good things, but I don't do the good things. This is a part of why your flesh being weak and the responsibilities of having discipline. The discipline it takes to fight through the things that you don't want to do, that you should not do. It takes discipline. Go ahead and read.
But what I hate, that do I.
It says, what I hate, that do I. You see what I'm saying? This is him saying what I hate, meaning like you hate the fact that you're doing the things that you're doing, the life that you're living. You're not proud of the life that you're living. You know it's wrong. You're hurting people. You're hurting yourself, and in hurting yourself, you're hurting other people in the process. And as you're hurting people, you're thinking to yourself, I don't want to do this. I hate that I'm like this. I hate this, but this is what I do. This is a battle that we all are having in our minds every day. The difference between us and the Isupk, or the people that have the truth, against the people that are in the world, is that we have the truth, and that we can be able to have discipline to say no, to be able to fight it, to be stronger and not give into it, and not be told that it's an optional or it's an alternative lifestyle that you can live. You can do these things. Instead, we're told the right thing to do and given the strength to be able to fight against doing the wrong things. So that's what Paul is saying right now. He's saying that he wants to be able to be sober. But at the end of the day, he's still thinking about drinking. He's still thinking about, taking another hit. This is a lesson that we all have to learn. The Bible gives us the code, the instructions, the cheat code in order to be righteous, to be perfect. But your flesh is going to always want something different. Your flesh is going to always tell you something different. It's like a thing about like a child. A child sees a cake, they want the cake. But their parents say you can't have the cake. You can't have it. Now, what does that mean? You can't eat it, right? Obviously. But what is your body telling you? Your body is saying, I want that cake. I got to eat it. Your mouth is watering. Your stomach is rumbling. That's your flesh. Your flesh will get you in trouble. Go ahead and read.
Verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
If then I do that which I would not, I consent unto the law that it is good.
Now, if then I do that which I would not, right? If I do that which is what I would not, I consent unto the law that it is good. Meaning what? By failing, he proves the law is right. Like this man, this is somebody who's saying that I need discipline. This is somebody saying I need discipline. I'm consenting unto the law. Like I'm showing that the law is right. That this is good, meaning the law remains good even when I fail. Like this is I'm showing myself like I'm giving into this, and the repercussions of the things you do are going to be the proof that that was wrong. It's going to be the proof that this was unlawful. Those curses are not a joke. The things that the Lord said we would get if we don't keep these laws, they're not a joke, man. All right? Go ahead and read.
Verse 17. Now then, it is no more I that do it.
No more I that do it, meaning what? Like, at this point, he's saying, like, I'm not doing this. Go ahead.
But sin that dwelleth in me.
But sin that dwelleth in me. You understand that? There's something inside of you that's fighting who you are. You have an identity. There's a way you need to be. But then there's something in you that wants you to be the opposite of that. There's something in you that doesn't want you to follow instructions, that doesn't want you to be righteous, that doesn't want you to be perfect. And when you give in to those things, then what? You're not the person that God is calling you to be. You're not perfect. You're not following the rules. You're not a good child of God, right? That's what he's saying right now. He's saying no more I do that, meaning like this is no longer myself. This is something inside of me that's causing me to do this. Now think about it. I brought this example out before, like brothers that are in, anytime somebody do something wrong, what happens afterwards when you ask them, why did you do that? Go ahead, Yeshaya. Go ahead. Just Taziar. You can come up closer, Taziar, so you can be closer with the mic, just in case somebody. Now hold on to that mic, sis. Just hold on to that mic. What is it happens when you get in trouble because you did something wrong? Now, at the time you did it, it was right. It felt good. But now you did it. You found out it was wrong. And they say, hey, well, why would you do such a thing? What did most people say? Go ahead.
They don't know.
They don't know. That's actually right. You know what else they say? I don't know what got into me. I don't know what got into me. I don't know what came over me. That's what Paul is talking about right now. You don't know what came over you. You don't know what got into you, but Paul is telling you what it is. Paul is saying exactly what it is. Read that scripture again.
Come on. This is the book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 18.
Go ahead.
Like it. No.
Verse 17.
Verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Now then it is no more I that do it.
Right.
But sin that dwelleth in me.
You see what I'm saying? That's sin that's inside of you. Demons that are inside of you that cause you to do that thing. Demons inside of you cause you to do that. The things that are not lawful for you to do. The things that the Most High told you not to do. You're doing it because demons made you do it. Demons inside of you caused you to do it. You don't know what came over you? A demon came over you. You don't know what got into you? A demon got into you. Sin that dwelleth in you, the thing that your flesh desires, that's what it was. It wasn't Quadar. It wasn't Taziar. It was, Asmodeus. It was the demon in you, or the flesh, your body that wanted it. And that's why you did it. And now you're in jail for the rest of your life. Now you have to live with AIDS until you die. Now you've lost a life. You've lost the life of a loved one because of your actions. Now you've taken losses because of your actions. And all of those things are consequences from the Lord. Go ahead and read.
Verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
For I know that in me, that is, in my flesh,
Mm-hmm.
dwelleth no good thing.
You see what I'm saying? In your flesh, it ain't dwelleth no good things. You like without the Most High, you're just like the white man. You understand? You're just like the white man. There ain't nothing good in his mind. There ain't nothing good. Look at their history of all of the unalivings. They decide to abort babies instead of making plans to be able to create more opportunities and address the issues that women are having to even abort their babies. That's what they come up with. Let's just unalive the child. They don't have good things in their mind. And without the laws of God, we don't have good things in our mind either. We're going to think the same way. We're going to think like animals. We're going to think real primitive without the laws of God, without this thing that Paul said is perfect, that is spiritual, the law. We'll be like animals, man, carnal. So we need these things to make better decisions. He's saying right now, for I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. Go ahead.
For to will is present with me,
Mm-hmm.
but how to perform that which is good I find not.
You at verse what?
18.
Go ahead, continue.
Okay, verse 19. For the good that I would, I do not,
Mm-hmm.
but the evil which I would not, that I do.
You see what I'm saying? Like he's conflicted. Why is this possible? Why is this so? Give me the scripture where it says the war, spirit war with the flesh. He's conflicted right now. He's conflicted. He's saying that for the good that I would, I do not. Like you know what you're supposed to do that's right. You know the right thing to do, and you don't do it. You don't do the right thing. You don't do what you're told, what you're taught to do. Why not? Then he also says, what? But the evil which I would not, meaning the things that you should not do, those are the absolute things that you are doing right now. Why is this a conflicting matter? Read that scripture where you got it, huh? Go ahead.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 17.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
Right. Is it in this, I think it's a scripture before that? What does it say before that?
So I have to, let me get it real quick.
But it says go ahead. It says the spirit lusteth after the flesh.
16.
Go ahead.
This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
You see what I'm saying? You walk in the spirit, and you don't have to worry about what your flesh wants. Walking in the spirit is going to help you to be able to beat your flesh, and that takes discipline. Go ahead and read.
Okay, verse 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
Right. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit. Your flesh is against your spirit. What is the spirit again? It's the law. It's the righteousness, the things that you're supposed to be doing. Well, your flesh goes against it. You're thinking about all of the things that you can do that you've desired. That's why even when Christ did his fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, when he couldn't eat nothing, when they tried to offer him to turn the stone into bread, what did he tell them? He told them that a man cannot live off of bread alone. Like you think that if you don't get that food, you're going to die. Right? You think if I don't eat, I have to eat. Well, just as much as important as you think eating is just as much as important as keeping the law is. The law is even more important. It's even more important than feeding your own flesh, eating food. That was the lesson. And Christ did that fast to be able to practice more discipline, to be able to exercise his discipline, to say no to the thing that your flesh desires. Y'all following me? To say no to the thing your flesh desires. You want to eat. Some of us probably are hungry right now if we haven't ate. You're hungry. Look, Yeshaya shake his head. He's hungry. You see what I'm saying? Now you gotta say. Now you could probably have food in front of you, and discipline in this moment. What we're talking about an example of Christ is still saying no, still saying no. And is eating unlawful? No, eating is not unlawful. But do you need to eat? Yes, you do. To some degree, you do need to eat. Well, Christ is showing you even that very thing that you need, that is not even unlawful, that you can practice fighting against that to help fight against the things that you don't need, to help fight against the things that are unlawful. Because if you do partake in the things that you don't need, and you do partake in the things that are unlawful, you shall surely die. That's what the Bible says. You shall surely die. All these curses shall come upon thee. That's what the Bible says. So that's why when we read about what we're talking about from Paul's perspective, is what the practicality of what we all face every day. These people are not superheroes or some type of benevolent being. Christ is not an angel. Christ is a man just like me and you. Paul is a man just like me and you. And they have battles just like we have battles. And they show us how to overcome those battles, how to build the discipline. Go ahead and get me back to where I was at in Romans, all right? How to fight those battles. Take me back to Romans chapter 7. Just go to 20, all right?
The book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I do that, I would not. It is no more I that do it.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? If I do that, which I would not, meaning I know that I'm not supposed to do this, but if I do it, it's not me. It's not me that did that. Right? You don't want to get high. You want to stop getting high. You want to stop being a homosexual. You know, that spirit that's inside of you that wants you to be that, to partake in those things that are against God, you want to stop. You don't want to do that. Right? You don't want to be the person that's getting drunk all the time and stealing out your mama's house and never able to make it to work and make something of yourself. You want to be able to do right, to be righteous. But instead, you do it anyway. And Paul is saying, if I do those things, it is no more I that do it. That's not you doing those bad things. That's sin that's inside of you. That's your flesh that you cannot control. That's your flesh that's doing that. You cannot control your flesh. You can't control what your body does and doesn't do. And that is a very common thing amongst blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That we get so much liberty and so much freedom to do everything you want to do and just do it. There's no boundaries, no discipline, no need for discipline. Just do it all. You give into the lifestyles, you give into the things that are wrong, and you don't have nothing there's nothing you can't do. Well, guess what? Those things that you're doing, that you're getting into that's against God, you're doing it because your flesh rules over you and not the other way around. And that's why discipline is very, very, very important. And you have to know in your mind what discipline is and how to build discipline. Christ taught us better than anybody can. That's why he fasted. Fasting is excellent to do when it comes to trying to build discipline. Deny yourself food. Deny yourself water. Commit to a regimen that you normally don't do. Only eat fruits and vegetables for 3 days. And try to make it. Make it to the end. Endure to the end. Day one go by, you're going to be like, I'm hungry. I want some chicken. And I want some bread and, some soda and all that good stuff. I want it, but, I'm good. I'll be all right. Day two come around, you're like, okay, man, maybe I could just have one piece of chicken. Maybe I could just have one bite of candy, you know what I mean? A little chocolate. This fruit and vegetable. Maybe I can have some chocolate-covered fruits. Now, that right there, that thing that you're thinking about and contemplating, think of that as the demon when you were trying to stop doing the things that you don't want to do, that are unlawful. When you like, okay, well, I got to stop getting high. Now you go on a couple days without getting high, and then guess what? Day 5 come around, you be like, well, maybe one hit of that blunt ain't going to be bad. Maybe I just hit one and I just gradually, no. That's the demon. That's not you that's thinking that. You are thinking, I'm not going to smoke anymore. You told yourself that already. You told yourself you're going to go 3 days eating fruits and vegetables only. That's what you told yourself. That desire that comes over you that wants now to break that, that's not you. That's the demons inside of you. That's the weakness inside of you. That's the carnality of you, your flesh. That's your flesh speaking. And today's class is helping you to understand the difference about who you are and the decisions you make and who the demons in your flesh are that make the decisions. Go ahead and read.
Verse 21.
Go ahead.
I find then a law
Mhm.
that when I would do good,
Mm-hmm.
evil is present with me.
Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 22. For I delight in the law of God.
So hold on. So read that again. Salaki. I thought that was more than that. Go ahead and read.
22.
Yep. 21.
21. Verse
Mhm.
21. I find then a law that when I would do good, Evil is present with me.
Because this is the thing. Like, when you do good or the law, evil is still present with thee. What does that mean? What does that mean? You follow the law, you keep the law, right? And you do good, but evil is still present with thee. What does that mean? Go ahead, Taziar.
That's when temptation comes around.
Give him a hand. That's exactly right. Temptation. That's it. And that's what those thoughts in your mind are, your flesh desiring this thing, and it's tempting. It's temptation. It's like, man, you know, one bite won't hurt. One bite won't hurt, you know, right? One more hit won't hurt. You know, I'll stop next week. I'll start next week. Because you're giving in to the temptation of doing that thing. Evil is still with you. They're gonna become a time where you're gonna be perfect. You're gonna do everything right. You're gonna follow the law. You're gonna do everything that's good. You're gonna keep the statutes, the commandments, learn the way that Christ taught us. And guess what? You're gonna have to fight temptation every day. Every day you're gonna have to fight temptation. Every day you're gonna have to fight against the things that you want that are not good, that you desire inside of you, that your flesh wants, that are gonna be bad for you, that are gonna cause you to suffer. And unfortunately, some of us don't learn until we suffer. Some of us don't learn until we suffer. Some of us don't do the right thing until we take losses, till we create a mess, till we have pain in our life before we decide, you know what, let me do what's right. Let me do the good, and let me fight the temptation of doing this ever again. Just like Adam and Eve, right? Adam and Eve was told not to do something. They say, don't do this. Don't eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Don't do that. They were told to do it, but they still did it. And then they had to learn the hard way. Well, that's us. Some of us have to learn the hard way. And even my desire is not to learn the hard way. When you look at people in the condition that they're in every day, families that are broken apart, children that are growing up with no fathers, you know, mothers that are stressed trying to raise children on their own, brothers that are in jail for 25 to life, that can't see their family, can't see their children be raised up. Those things are what? Are sufferings. Those things are sufferings that you're going through because of decisions that you've made. And that's a terrible sight. That's why we have so much counseling to do in the UPK. So much, you know, breaking down of things to break something of somebody that they've been doing and partaking in for decades of their life. It's a tough job to do. But if you can help yourself, do the things that you're being told to do, and don't have to find out why you should do it. Don't have to find out what happens if you don't listen. Don't find that out. If the Lord said don't eat of the tree of good and evil, do that, and don't find out what happens if you do it. Because, you know, just think about if I tell a child don't touch the stove, don't touch the eye of the stove, right? I'm telling him this with wisdom, because I know what happens. I know what happens when you touch the stove, when you put your hand in the fire. I know. They don't know. They're kids. But if they listen, they don't have to find out what happens when they touch that stove, because it's going to be bad. They don't have to find out. You understand? Well, that's us to the Most High. The Most High gave us these laws, these statutes and commandments, and we may not understand it. We may not understand why we can't eat shrimp, crab, and pork. We may not understand it. Some of us may say, man, it looks good. I can't see no wrong of why we can't eat pork. I mean, look at birthdays, for God's sake. Birthdays look hella exciting, right? You know, you got balloons and your cake and everybody. We cannot see why this would be a wrong thing. I can't see why Thanksgiving or Christmas would be wrong. I mean, we get gifts, you know, it's fun and rewarding. Well, there's things that are wrong. There's things that are tied to doing those, to performing those acts and eating those things that God told us not to do, that are going to cause you to suffer, that are going to cause you pain, that are going to cause you to lose yourself, suffering, curses. So just listen. Just do what's told and build up the discipline in order to just say no to those things. Say no. Go ahead and read. Or any more on that?
That was it on 21.
That's right. All right, so that's it, man. Building up that discipline. The young man right here want to say something. Is the mic on still? Go ahead.
Santa's not real because it's just their parents that's giving them gifts. But because it's a big why because if it was Santa, then it would have been swapped down from the fire pit, and there would have been dusty, and then you would hear a bang on the roof because there's a wave on the roof.
That's right. Give him a hand. He's telling you right now, Christmas is a lie. Christmas is a lie. You know, this is a child here. He's telling you this is the power of the truth and the Isupk and when you come into righteousness. Even your children are don't have to be fools anymore. You don't have to lie to your children and create children that are liars. You don't have to be a fool and create children that are fools. You can be right. You can be righteous. You can be strong. You can be disciplined and teach your kids those things. You can be honest and teach your kids to be honest. Christmas is a lie. You understand? It's idol worship. That's what it is. And in the Bible, it says a man should not cut a tree and deck it with silver and gold. In the Bible. Because it's all pagan. It's all worship of other gods. And God, the Most High God of Israel, that makes him angry and it makes him jealous. And that's when it comes down to the discipline when it comes to correction. Correction is also a part of this discipline too. You should accept discipline and accept correction. Well, this young man right here has the right. He has the right understanding. All right? All right, go read me verse 22 and then I'm going to move forward, all right?
The book of Romans chapter 7 verse 22.
Go ahead.
For I delight in the law of God after the inward man.
Right, so I delight in the law of God after the inward man, meaning the spirit that's inside me that wants to be righteous. You want to be right. You want to be perfect. And delight, it's a delight to want to be perfect and be right. Inside of you, you feel it. Go ahead. Verse 23.
Okay. Verse 23. But I see another law in my members.
But I see another law in my members. Go ahead.
Warring against the law of my mind.
Warring against the law of my mind, right? The spirit wants righteousness, but there is something else inside of you that wants sin. That wants sin in your mind. Something else inside of you that wants to just see what this life is all about. What is it like to be a woman and be with another woman? What is it like? What is it like to just have sex with somebody and then just, have a one-night stand? What is a one-night stand like? To just have sex and then just throw away all the responsibilities. Something in your mind that just wants to just have sex and that's it. You don't want to be a husband. You don't want to be a wife. There's something inside of you. It's like, damn, man, the hardness of doing all of these things. I wonder what it's like to just do this and just take the easy way and just do exactly what I want to do instead of the things that the law of God says I should do. Go ahead and read. Hold on one second. Huh? Go ahead, Tazia.
And bringing me into captivity to the law of sin.
You see what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to happen. That other thing in your mind is going to bring you into sin. It's going to bring you into That's why we're in captivity right now. Because our forefathers didn't want to do the right thing. You understand? Moses and them in the wilderness. They would say, God said, follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and I should put you above all people that are upon the face of the earth. We're supposed to be ruling the earth. It's like the white man rules the earth right now over all the countries and controls the water and the land and the rain that come out of the sky. That's supposed to be us, ruling the earth. But instead, here we are on the bottom of every nation. The bottom of every nation, man. We can't get jobs. We can't get credit. We can't get land. You can't even see your children sometimes. Your children are being taken from you. You understand? So many people are going to work when they don't want to go to work. You want to just stay home. You want to be home all day, be with your family, and you got to slave and slave and slave and slave. When really we're supposed to be the rulers of the earth. Well, that's the reason that happened is because our forefathers didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So instead of us being above all nations, instead we became inherited by all nations. We being sold to other nations for bondmen and bondwomen. All of those curses in the Bible, man. Go ahead and read.
which is in my members.
Go ahead.
Verse 24. O wretched man that I am.
Hold on, let's drop this, all right? Because let me get 2 Corinthians, all right? Let's drop this. Let me get 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 8. All right? Discipline is absolutely necessary, man. You got to do right. You don't have an option. The Bible says, I put before you good and evil, blessings and cursings, blessings and curses. And what does he says? Choose life. I'm paraphrasing, right? He put these things in front of you, but he said choose life. You have no choice but to do good. You have no choice but to be righteous. It's not an option. You don't have free will. You have to do what's right. The thing about it all is your flesh wants to do wrong. Your body wants to do the things that it feels. And that's the battle that we all have every day. That's the battle that we all have. And because we live in a society where bad things are made popular, it becomes even harder now because it's like everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing this. It's not wrong. Everybody's getting high. Every LGBTQ community is a strong, thriving community. They giving $1 million to organizations that are supporting these things. They got all kind of grants and stuff for people that come up in that lifestyle. This is a good thing. Everybody's doing it. It's popular. Look at such and such. Look at Dwayne Wade and his son. They're doing it. Look at what's his Magic Johnson or whatever. Look at his son. Look at this sister. The celebrities, the people that are influencers. Look at them. They're doing it. That sister has another woman, so it makes it even harder. But that's all that's the way it is because our oppressors are in rulership. That's why the Bible also says when the wicked rule, the people mourn. Well, the wicked are in rulership, and that's why all of these evil things are popular. They're popular as hell because the wicked are in rulership, right? But in reality, when we partake in those things, we become hurt. We become sad. We mourn. We mourn, man. We hurt. Our people hurt. We shouldn't be doing these things. But when the righteous are in rulership, the people rejoice because now you have somebody in rulership that are enforcing these laws, that are enforcing brotherhood, enforcing courage in you to be righteous, to fight your demons. And then in your perfection and you fighting and being that righteous person, you rejoice. You don't have bad news every day. You know, death is not around the corner every day in your neighborhood. Mama's crying and brothers dying. That's not an everyday lifestyle for you. Filled with trauma, you know, molestation and rape all the time, all around you because of the lust that's being promoted in this society that's running rampant. Well, in here, we're going to teach you to keep discipline over your flesh. Go ahead and read.
This is the second book of Corinthians, chapter 12, verse 8.
Go ahead.
For this thing I besought the Lord thrice.
So for this thing I besought the Lord thrice. Thrice means 3 times. I besought the Lord thrice. So for this thing, so what thing are we talking about? This thing is a weakness that he's talking about. This is a weakness that Paul is talking about, that he's asking the Lord 3 times, right? He's saying that this is a weakness or affliction that Paul is battling, right? Possibly like you could think like how people have physical sicknesses or constant persecution or mental or spiritual struggles that we all have. Or drug addictions, right? Or lust, problems with lust, sexual lust, so on and so forth. These things is the things that Paul is talking about right now. And he said he asked the Lord 3 times. Go ahead and read.
That it might depart from me.
That he can take it away from him. He besought the Lord that he would take it away from him. Like these three, like take this away. Like he want to be delivered from this. I want to be healed from this. Like, I want to be relieved from this struggle. A good example that I like to use for this scripture is like a drug addiction, which is kind of like obvious. People see it, obviously. Even drug addicts see it. More so than you would see your addiction to pork or shrimp, crab, and lobster, or your addiction to celebrating holidays, or your addiction to being a whore or a whoremonger and sleeping and going from one man to another man and another man, and which God said you should not do. God said you as a woman should marry a man and be with him, be bound to him to your death. Just like brothers, you are supposed to marry her. You have sex with a woman, that's your woman for life. But you can't understand those things. But you can see drug addicts in the street, right? And say, look at him. He's strung out on drugs. And then what happens when they get clean? What happens? What happens when a drug addict stops doing crack and they stop doing smoking cigarettes and they stop smoking weed? What happens? Go ahead, Yeshaya. Give him the mic.
They get punished.
When they stop smoking weed and they stop smoking cigarettes and doing drugs, they become punished. I can see it, but it's an answer I'm looking for. Something that they experience after putting away those things. What do they experience? Oh, the sister, you want to answer?
Yes, sir. Sometimes they relapse, where they're fighting the temptation to go back to it.
They're fighting the temptation. What do they use it? That's all right. Everything she's saying is right. Fighting the temptation. But what is the word they use in this specific area? Substance abuse. What is the word that they use?
Abuse?
No, I'm going to give it to you. It's withdrawals. Withdrawals. Everybody's familiar with withdrawals, right? All right. Withdrawals is what the sister just said. It's your temptation to go back and doing those things. It's more scientific science behind it, because it's chemical. Certain things you do, it chemically you desire it. So it's really a battle or a struggle at this point, now that you stop doing this thing. You understand? And that's what Paul is talking about. Paul is talking about that battle, that struggle, those withdrawals. He wants the Lord, he wants to not smoke weed, not talking about Paul exactly, but giving you the example. He wants to not be a drug addict or a weed head or smoking cigarettes and tobacco. And he also wants the Lord to take away the withdrawals too. Take away, I'm going to stop smoking like you said, but please, Lord, can you take away my desire to smoke? Can you take away my desire to be with multiple men? Can you take away my desire to have sex with women and throw them away and not be responsible for the women I marry? Can you take the desire for shrimp and crab away from me? I want to celebrate Christmas. I won't do it, but can you take away the desire for me to want to do it? That's what Paul is saying. Read it again.
Okay. It's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 8. Verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
For this thing I besought the Lord thrice.
So for this thing, this struggle, right? This struggle, this fight, these withdrawals, the temptation, this thing I asked the Lord thrice. Go ahead.
Okay. That it might depart from me.
That it may depart from me. That I don't have to want it anymore. I don't have to have that desire that I got to fight to not partake in this anymore. Yeshai, sit up. I don't have the desire to fight this anymore. The struggle of not doing it anymore. Thrice to depart from me, right? Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee.
What did he say?
My grace is sufficient for thee.
Now, what does that mean? He's telling him, this reply back is, my grace is sufficient for thee. What does that mean? My grace is sufficient for thee. Go ahead.
My patience.
What is grace?
like a period of
What'd you say, sis?
Slovakia, mercy.
Mercy is definitely one, right? Because grace is mercy. Because really, we should be stoned for being drug addicts. We're supposed to be unalived. You're supposed to be unalive for being a whore. They kill her. You seen when the Bible, when the Sadducees and the Pharisees found that woman committing adultery because she has a husband. But here she is moving on to another man. And they got her and caught her in the act and brought her to Christ and said, she's supposed to be stoned, right? Because that was the law. You should stone her, but because of grace, now you have mercy. Now I'm not going to stone you. You're not going to be unalive for this. But what does it also mean? What does that mean now? Now because he has mercy, does that mean now I can just keep being a whore and a whoremonger? Does that mean I can keep smoking? No, it doesn't mean that. Because you have mercy, because you have grace, but it also means what? It means that what you was going to say, Taziar? What is grace?
like a chance, an opportunity.
Yeah, that's what mercy is. But chance. But what is grace though? Okay, you was gonna say a grace period, right? He's gonna make it a time that you have to do what? A time that you have as a chance to do what?
To get right.
To get right. He's saying that I gave you time to fight, to get right. Like, what more do you want me to do? I got you out of the position where you don't die. You don't get stoned for being a smoker. You don't get stoned for being a whore or a whoremonger. Like, literally, I've taken that from you to now, and I've also given you time to fight not doing it, to not do it, to go through that fight and fight that temptation. I gave you grace. My grace is sufficient. It's good enough. Now what you have to do, young brothers and sisters, you have to fight. You have to fight. What do you want me to do? You want me to take you to the water and fish for you and feed you the fish and everything too? Then what would we be doing? What would there be need for any of this anyway? If we're going to just do everything for you. No, you guys can't take the easy way out. You can't take the easy way out. Nothing in life that you gain is going to just come easy. And I tell my children that all the time. Don't take the easy way. Don't take the easy way. Right? Go the way that's going to be thorough. Go the way that's going to be completely fulfilling. You're going to have to work hard for. Because in that working, in that pain, becomes strength. And that's what he's going to say right now. Go ahead and read.
For my strength is made.
For my what?
For my strength.
For my strength, go ahead.
Is made perfect.
Is made perfect, go ahead.
In weakness.
And weakness. You see what I'm saying? Like his strength, like because you are this way, you like, man, look, man, oh man, I can't do it. Lord, take this away from me. Take these withdrawals away from me. Take this desire, this burning and desire inside of me away to be a homosexual, to be a whore, to be a whoremonger, to celebrate holidays, to love other nations, interracial nations, and love the white man and all. Like, take that away from me, Lord. That same weakness and the why black people, Hispanics, and Native Indian people being at the bottom is why the Most High's strength is going to be even more glorious. Because they're going to look at you and say, these are the, like when we, like for example, right? That video that we did when we did Hebrew Academy in Atlanta, that's going around all over the internet, us in the park doing our trials. Well, in the comment section, everyone is saying, oh, they'll be fighting eventually. They'll be broken up eventually. Somebody's going to step on somebody's shoe, and then they'll be fighting, and then they'll be apart eventually. What are they saying? They're saying what they see every day. Every day they see black on black crime. Every day they see drug addicts in black communities. They see thieves and criminals in black communities, Hispanic and Native Indian communities. They see it every day. They see you in the struggle. They see your trials. They see your tribulations. which is crazy because trials is exactly what that was. They see your trials. But for them, they don't think that, for them, now seeing your position is gonna blow their mind when they see you come out of that state. It's gonna blow their mind. Not like it would some rich man that doesn't have any problems. There's no glory for the Lord. The glory for the Lord is taking that weak man, that weak woman that you are, that's falling into every foul thing in the earth, and then you change. You change. You become stronger. That's it. So fighting is definitely what you have to do. You have to be able to say no to those things. Say no to, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to be this way. But something's going to come in your mind and say, well, it won't hurt just a little bit. Or I'll do a little bit, or I'll start next week, or I'll get this done. And something in your mind it's going to happen. And that's what Paul is experiencing. And he told Paul, my grace is sufficient, and that my strength is, what does it say again, Taziar? What does it say?
For my strength is made perfect in weakness.
My strength is made perfect in weakness. Like while you're fighting that temptation, you're going to be made strong. You're going to get stronger, man. Don't care what anybody says. Not even the voice in your head. Don't care about what that voice is saying. That's what real discipline is. Discipline is telling yourself to do the things you need to do and doing it, and denying yourself the things that you don't need and keeping it away from you. All of this is not based on popularity. This is not based on what's easy. That's not all what the law is about. That's not what righteousness is about. If that's the case, then the ISUPK will be as big as the Christian church. We would be as big as the Christian church with 50,000 members if this was just some easy thing and popular thing. That's not what this is about. These things are going to take courage. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take not being like everyone else. It's going to take you not being like everyone else and showing the glory of the Most High in you through you battling these things. Like, damn, man, didn't you used to be a drunk? How the hell did you beat that addiction? Didn't you used to smoke cigarettes? I don't know anybody that puts off cigarettes and tobacco. They usually smoke that until they aunties and uncles are just I'm going to die like this. But you've done it. You've beat it. How is this possible? And what are you going to say? The glory goes to the Lord, the Most High. It's the Most High. The UPK, the truth, the Bible. That's what had me do it. Well, I'm in church. I'm a Christian. My mama's a Christian. My auntie's a Christian. Everybody and my cousins, all of them, they all Christian. They wear crosses on their neck, the Jesus pieces. They wear them, but they still smoke. And they still, because, again, they're not teaching righteousness in the Christian church. They're not teaching the law in the Christian church. They're not teaching the brotherhood of Christ in the Christian church. They're not teaching that. So for that reason, what happens is they end up doing the things that God said not to do and following the lust of their flesh. Following the lust of their flesh. Going into temptation, failing temptation, giving into temptation, and then suffering. Well, you have to be glorious in what you're doing. You understand? We got double time. I need you to read that. Maybe have to have the brother go over there and check that. All right. Go ahead, Yakal. They got the water in there, Yakal. Go ahead up. If you go in the restroom, Yakal, can you just let them know right quick? Or somebody, go ahead and read Taziar.
Come. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities.
You understand? So now he's saying, therefore, I rather glory in my infirmities. What is he saying? To glory in my infirmities. What are infirmities? Go ahead.
Your struggles, your illness.
That's right, brother. Your struggles, man. Your pains. That's a good thing to glory about, bro, to be a fighter. I'm fighting. It feels good, bro. Like just going to the gym, for example. It's hurt. Gym working out, it hurts, right? If anybody goes and workouts and run 3 miles and lift weights, it hurts. It's pain. But the glory that comes from that pain is delightful. It's like, damn, man, I need this pain. This the pain I need to get big, to be that star athlete, to be healthy, to live a long life. This is what I need to so my blood pressure can go down. Now my blood pressure has gone down. I've fought this and fought. Like that pain in that moment is what Paul is talking about. He takes pleasure in. And you have to take pleasure in the fighting your demons and saying, no, I'm not going to do this. I will not do that. I will not be a drug addict. I'm not going to be a weed head. I'm not going to be a homosexual. I'm not going to eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. I'm not going to celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving. I'm not going to do anything that God told me not to do. I'm not going to do it. And when your body and your mind tells you that sin that dwells in you, your flesh says, man, come out, but she looking good though, man. I really wanna smash that. Like, look at them lumps, bro, them cheeks, right? Look at them abs on this man, right? The sisters looking at the brothers, look how he do this and how he do that, the things that they're admiring. But you have to be able to say, no, I can't do it. Pass by 1,000 liquor stores, you got to pass them up. Your body is telling you, I could just stop by there, one drink won't hurt. No. You got to take pleasure in that. You got to take pleasure in that. You got to look at it like, I look at it like a battle, like a war, and that's exactly what it is. And I like winning wars. I like winning battles. That's what I like to do. It feels good to beat the devil. It feels good to beat my demons. It feels really good. You understand? See, a lot of us, we like to fight in the streets, right? We like to fight in the streets. So many brothers come into the school, into these very doors, and he's like, hey, man, Dawa Da, the one, man. Anybody, man, I'll beat them up for you, man. Hey, man, we go out. I got you, Dawa Da. I'm going to knock these brothers out. I'm gonna do this. But, brother, can you knock those cigarettes out, brother? And it's like, oh, man, see, here you go, brother. See, there you go, Dawa Da. There you go. Can you knock that alcohol out, that drunkenness? Can you knock that out? Can you beat that up? Oh, see, man. See, all right, man. You right. See what I'm saying? Because we have that spirit of fighting in us, but we apply it in the wrong areas every time. We got to apply it that way. That's how we got to apply it. We got to apply it there and beating our demons, beating the temptation, beating it, bro, and doing what the Most High told us to do, taking pleasure in it as well. You understand? Go ahead, young man. Let's get the young man another shot.
Halloween is like a holiday, and it is because like why can't like other people just give them bedsies and like snacks together, and one day you never get one, and then one
You
day
you
get
losing me
one.
now, brother. Somebody you can make it out, sis? What he saying right now? He said veggies and snacks just now. What you said? We gonna come back to you, brother. Huh? We gonna come back to you. But I know what you bringing out is heavy. Trust me, I know. Because every time you bring out something, it's heavy. You understand? But we got to take pleasure in doing what's right, man. Fighting that good fight. Those withdrawals you got, fight it. You got withdrawals, fight it. And take pleasure in it. Feel good about it. Like I'm defeating this. I'm defeating that. I'm not going to be an alcoholic. I'm not going to be a homosexual. I'm not going to be a drug dealer. I'm not going to be a prostitute. I'm not going to be a whore. I'm not going to do it. And it feels good not to do it. It feels good to win another day and another day. And the Bible says endure to the end. So you got to fight every day. And the Bible says, what we're reading right now, his grace is sufficient. Go ahead and continue.
Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me.
You understand? Glory in my infirmity. Hold on. Take pleasure in my infirmities, meaning embracing the struggle, embracing the pain, fighting it, right? And then what does it say?
That the power of Christ may
Hold
rest.
on. No, go back up a little bit.
My grace is sufficient for thee.
No, verse 20. I mean, verse 10, Salakia.
Okay, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities
Uh-huh.
and reproaches.
And in reproaches, right? Like, you got to think, like, like the shame from others. You know what I mean? The disrespect and the shame. Because, again, like, you're going to have outside, attraction of things, your reputation and how people see you and think about you. You got to be able to take pleasure in everything that comes with being righteous. All the persecution that comes with being righteous. You know what I mean? The reproach. Matter of fact, it's going to say that as well. Go ahead and read. Reproaches.
Okay. And necessities.
Right? Necessities meaning going without what you needed. Right? You needed that. You needed that alcohol before, but you're gonna go without. You're gonna go without that. You're gonna know that you're gonna go without that. You needed these things before. You felt like you had to do it, but you're gonna go. You're gonna go through it. You're gonna go without it. You're gonna fight it. You're gonna go without cigarettes and smoking and all of these other things that we do as a nation. The Lord Christ. You're gonna go without it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Distress, persecutions.
And persecutions.
And persecutions, right? Being attacked for the truth's sake. Right? You being attacked now because, like, man, what you mean, man? Because some people, they don't see nothing wrong with getting high and smoking cigarettes and stuff like that. They don't see nothing wrong with it. Yeah, they'll bust you down. You need to bust down? I'll short you up, right? You know how you did it. Let me save you a short. Like, the persecution, like, man, you don't have to do that. Man, weed come from God. Man, Christmas, that's Jesus Christ's birthday. Hey, you tripping, man. You don't celebrate birthdays, man, you evil. You wicked. You gonna do them kids like that. How you gonna do them kids like that and not celebrating them birthdays? That's persecution. That's what you're gonna get. And you're gonna have to take pleasure in that. Oh, I feel good, brother. You tell me. Listen, you damn right we ain't celebrating no birthdays or no holidays. And you can persecute me all the way. I feel good because I know that what? Christ was persecuted too for the same exact reason. So you let me know I'm doing something right. I'm doing something right. It feels good. Persecute me. You understand? Shame me. You're such a shame. You got multiple wives. Such a shame. It's such a shameful thing, right? In the society, especially the American society, a man having more than one wife, it's so shameful and they'll persecute you. You don't love those women. You just using them and taking advantage of them. But what about the brothers that's throwing them away, that's getting marriage certificates and punching a woman all on the head and stuff like that, and lumping them up? What about that? What about that? What about the all of the fornication? What about all of the fornication that's happening? Because I got more than one wife, and I take care of them according to the will of Christ. I'm bad, but not the guy that's having sex with women and not taking care of them at all. Don't care about him. He's just having sex and everybody's glorifying him on TV. He's glorified. They rap about it in the music. Not only they having sex with all kind of women and throwing them away, but they gonna steal your girl too. Mr. Steal Your Girl. That's all good. We can sell 1 million records stealing people's girls and being a homosexual, but it's a shame on you to be a man that has multiple wives. Well, guess what? In your infirmities, in your necessities, in the repercussions, the persecutions, you're gonna take pleasure in it, man. Take pleasure in all of it. You know that you're doing what's right by God, and that the things that you're glorifying and that you're shaming me about that I should do are absolutely evil. It's wicked. Go ahead and read.
Okay. In distress.
Right? Distress is like heavy pressure, like a lot of pressure and, more suffering. Just more suffering, more pressure to do stuff. And, you got ads that's coming up on TV. They got a new alcohol that just came out. The new, XXL and, what's these new drinks come out? Casamigos is out now. They got the new weed is legal now. You can go to the dispensary and get the weed gummies and just smoke the weed with the drip on it on the blunt, and it's all lawful and it's cool. Look at Wiz Khalifa. Look at Snoop Dogg. Like, these things are distresses, bro. It's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure, man. for somebody that's fighting against something. You're fighting against lust and not being a whore or a whoremonger. Well, guess what? You go on your Facebook and TikTok, and it's all kind of, promiscuousness on there, all kind of lasciviousness on there. And it's so much pressure, so much temptation. But you got to take pleasure in those things and be able to still fight your demons, still fight against the thing, because you know why you're doing this. You're not doing it necessarily because you want to, right? You're doing it because you have to. Go ahead and read.
For Christ's sake.
That's why you're doing it. Read it again. Say that again.
Okay. And persecutions.
Nope, that last part you just said.
For Christ's sake.
Read it again.
For Christ's sake.
Read it again.
For Christ's sake.
For Christ's sake. That's why you're doing it. You're doing it for Christ's sake. All right? Christ was a soldier. He was a soldier. You understand? He endured. He endured. Right? Now you have to endure for him. He killed himself. He gave his life, right? But now you have to give your life now. You can't be the smoker you always was. You can't be the whore you always was. Now you gotta kill that person. You gotta let that old man die, that old woman die, and be born again. For Christ's sake. Go ahead and read.
Okay. For when I am weak.
For when I am weak. When my body and the situations that I'm in are weak, right? Like I'm weak. My body's weak because I want this and I desire it, and I'm getting put in these situations where it's causing my temptations to increase and making me more weaker. What does it say?
Then I am strong.
That's when your spirit should become the strongest. That's when you're supposed to level up, strengthen up, lock in. Now they say lock in. That's when it's time to lock in. Everything is easy. It's easy to do things that ain't gonna get you nothing. It's easy to just lay up every day and not do nothing at all and do everything you want to do. But when it's time to get to the money, time to get to the bag, right? Or however you want to look at that metaphorically, or reality, right? Because you can't be no slugger. You can't be. You're gonna be in poverty. You ain't gonna have nothing if you don't work. Well, when it comes to that and fighting your demons and fighting those infirmities, those struggles, that's when it's time to lock in. That's when it's time to lock in. That's when your spirit, that's when you're supposed to be strong. Any more on that? Give me James chapter 4, verse 1, all right? That's when you're supposed to lock in, man. And you got brotherhood here. You got sisterhood. You got brothers and sisters that are like-minded. The Bible says, can two walk together unless they agree? Well, guess what? We walking together in here. We agree that we agree that we got to do the Lord's will in here. We agree that this book is for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in here. We believe that we have to follow those laws and statutes and commandments. We believe that. And we walk together, man. We bear one another's burdens. We strengthen each other. We counsel each other. We give counsel for you to be able to get more strength, for you to make it through those withdrawals. When you're thinking about getting high, you're thinking about having sex with that woman and that man, you understand? And you know that's not how it's supposed to go down, that all it matters to you is you just trying to get a nut and an orgasm. You make a call. Get counsel. You about to give in, call somebody so you can be able to be made more strong. So we can remind you of the things that the oath we made to Christ and Yahweh Shah. and the Most High in Christ. We can remind you of that oath and give you more strength from these scriptures on why you shouldn't do that thing. What's going to happen to you when you do that thing? All the AIDS that's out there. AIDS is out there, y'all. It's out there, bro. And AIDS love everybody. It's looking for more people to claim. So many different diseases are out there, and it's looking for people to claim. And you know who the people that's going to claim? Those people that don't have discipline. Those people who not under the law. You understand? That are following the laws of God. That's the people that is going to overtake. You think you take these things, you can look at this stuff that we doing here as a shame all you want to. Saying it's a shame for a man to have multiple wives. You can say it's a shame all you want to. You can say it's a shame that we don't celebrate Christmas. It's a shame, such a shame. You can say it all you want to, but guess what? AIDS and murder and child support, right? Child support, criminal domestic violence, right? What else am I missing? Adultery, right? You marrying a woman and then she's sleeping with another man. All of that stuff that you experience that you doing out there, that's what you gonna get. That's what you gonna get. You gonna get cursings. You gonna suffer. It's out there for you. Those curses is out there for you, not for me. And that's a shame. That's more of a shame than you think it's a shame for me to live the way I'm living. It's such a shame that you're gonna have to die. Such a shame that your children are gonna have to pay. That's a shame for your lust. It's such a shame that your children and your family and you and all of your loved ones and people you care about are gonna have to suffer. It's such a shame. That's a shame. Not the way we living. That's not a shame. We doing what Christ said. Give me what I asked for. We really living for Christ. Go ahead and read.
This is the book of James, chapter 4, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
From whence come wars and fightings among you?
So now this is Paul. This is James, right? This is James speaking to, his brothers, right? And what is he talking about? He's talking about brothers struggling in the faith, right? Struggling in the faith, the schools and, disputings and stuff, exposing the fights and the chaos that come from the lack of discipline is what it's going to be. And that's what we see all over. Again, even everybody knows it. They say you can't. Sooner or later they're gonna be fighting. They're gonna be broken up, just like the Black Panthers, just like the Nation of Islam. They're gonna unalive their brothers, and it's gonna happen. Well, it's happening right now. And what does James say? Read it again.
From whence come wars and fightings among you?
So he's saying, where does this fighting and wars among you come from? Where does it come from? Why are you fighting each other? Why are you going to war against Yeshaya? Nope. Kudar, sit up, buddy. Sit up. We only got 30 more minutes of class, all right? Just sit up. Where is this fighting and warring against you all coming from? Why are you so argumentative against each other? Why is there so much division against each other? Why is there so much betrayal between you and your brothers and your sisters? Why is it this? Where is it coming from? Go ahead and read.
Come they not hence, even of your lust that war in your members?
That's where it's coming from. It's becoming from the lust that wars in your members. These things are manifestations of things that are happening inside of you. You have envy inside of you. You envy your brother. You envying sisters. You're jealous of this brother and sister, right? You are craving that man's wife. You are the one that's got all of these evil thoughts in your mind, the things that you want in your flesh, the lust of your flesh, and you're executing these actions. And what happened? You're offending people, bro. That's what you're doing. You're offending one another. You're trespassing against each other. Every day. You understand? Every day you have this desire inside of you to make a name for yourself. You want to be somebody. Well, you know what? In your fight to be somebody, you know what you're going to do? To make a name for yourself, you know what you're going to do? You're going to cause more of your brothers to die. You're going to step all over your brothers and your sisters. You're going to forget about them. Put them in silly situations, because anything that we do for the Lord is for the glory of the Lord. It's not for the glory of you. It's not for the glory of James. It's not for the glory of Dawada, for Taziar. It's for the glory of the Lord. But the second you think that you're going to get your own glory and get this thing for yourself, to create a name for yourself, you're going to get a name for yourself. You understand? It's going to be the brother who we learn what not to do from. And all of the people, the casualties that came from it. The envy and the jealousy, wanting what other brothers have. Wanting something that you should not have. To satisfy your own flesh and your own lust is going to cause you to fight one another, man. And that's why we have to have discipline, man. because the discipline to fight against the things that are going on in our own selves is going to ultimately help us as a nation. It's going to help one another, because I got to be better. I got to become better at myself to be better for you. The perfect example is like when a person has a child. When a person has a child, what do they say? I got to stop doing this, man. I got a kid to take care of now, right? I got to stop being this way. I got a child. I got to take care of my son. I can't be out at the club all night no more. I can't be gambling and drinking and smoking every day. I can't. I got to do right and be better for my child. I got to be able to play basketball with them. I got to be able to put them to bed at night, to make sure that I put food on the table for them. And all that means I got to change my lifestyle. Well, guess what, man? That's what we have to do when it comes to spiritually as well. Spiritually, we have to change our ways to not be like the ways of the world, the ways of our oppressor, but the way that Christ said we should be, the way that the prophet said we should be. That way we can be better for each other, man. All so we can be better for each other. Take care of those things, all right? Let me get, hold on, what's next after that? Is there any more than that?
That was it on one.
All right, take me to let me get Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 30.
Solomon 18 and 30.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, take me to Ecclesiasticus. Salakia. Start me at Ecclesiasticus and start me at verse 1, all right? Chapter 2, verse 1. Go ahead.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 1.
Go ahead.
My son.
My son. So again, when you have a child, you're thinking like, right, we are the children of God. We are the children. He's our Father in heaven. And he's talking to us like his children. We want the best for our children, so we got to discipline our children. That's what we got to do. When you love them, discipline is correction, and correction is love. Right? If you allow somebody to just do something knowing the end results is gonna be bad for them, then do you really love them? Do you really care for them? Right? I know the results of being a smoker and a drug addict. I know the results of being a homosexual. I know the results of celebrating Christmas and Thanksgiving. I know the repercussions of all of these things that God tells us not to do. And if I don't tell you about not to do it or correct you when you're wrong, then I'm allowing you to just destroy yourself. And that's not love. So correction is love, man. You're telling somebody you can't do it because it's going to be good for them. And a lot of times people can't understand that. They just think of it like, oh, man, you got so many rules. Oh, man, you just trying to, you don't want me to be happy. They think the opposite, right? That's that thing in their mind. You don't want me to be happy. No, I do want you to be happy. But I'm telling you that this is not going to bring you happiness, doing this. Well, the Lord is dealing with us like that, like children. He says, what, my son, go ahead.
If thou come to serve the Lord.
If thou come to serve the Lord, right? I mean, the time for you to come be a man of God and be a daughter of Zion, to come really be a follower of Christ and the Most High, when that time come, when you really ready, go ahead and read.
Okay. Prepare thy soul for temptation.
You got to prepare your soul for temptation. This ain't no, you come in here, everything good now. Life is, complete. I found God. I'm saved and sanctified and delivered. No, that's absolutely not it. And the Christian church, that's proof that they don't know what they're talking about when it comes to serving God. Serving God doesn't mean you saved. That's not it. That doesn't mean you're saved because now you profess the Christ as your Lord and Savior. Now you're saved. No, you're not saved yet. Now begins the temptation, actually. Now begins the fight, actually. That's what happens now. Go ahead and read.
Verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Set thy heart aright.
And then what are you going to have to do?
Set thy heart aright.
You're going to have to set thy heart aright. What is your heart? Shana, what's your heart? According to the Bible. Do you know? Give Shana a hand. Got a Hebrew name. Give her a hand. You understand? Now she about to go ahead and tell us. She got this heavy material for us. Go ahead and tell us, what is your heart in the Bible?
Is it your soul?
Nope, it's not your soul. You want to take one more try? Okay. Go ahead, Yahweh. Give him a hand. Got his Hebrew name too. Yahweh. What is your heart in the Bible? You got to talk into. Yeah, she said soul already. That's not the correct answer.
Mind.
That's right. It's your mind. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Your heart in the Bible is your mind. So when it says, set thy heart aright, what is it saying? Set thy mind aright. Right? And doesn't that sound familiar? I don't know. I'm a little bit old, but, you know, we always say, hey, get your mind right. Right? Get your mind right. You never heard that before? Get your mind right. That's what this is saying right now. It's exactly what this is saying. Read it again, Taziar.
Come on. It's Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 2. Set thy heart aright.
Yeah, get your mind right. You think you coming to serve the Lord and it's going to be easy? You think it's going to be peaches and cream and cake? Oh, now you saved and it's all good? It's downhill from here? No, you need to get your mind right. Actually, you need to get your mind right. You should be preparing your soul now that you come to serve the Lord. You need to be preparing your soul for temptation. You want to know why? Because now that you serve the Lord, you can't smoke no more. You can't live this life that you've been living. You can't celebrate these holidays. You can't have interracial marriage. You can't eat certain foods. You can't dress a certain way. You can't behave a certain way. You understand? You can't. And because of that, now comes the temptation. Now you got to put away those things. And just because you're putting them away, which is going to be tough, but you know it's also going to be tough, fighting to not pick it back up again. And the temptation is what's going to tempt you. The temptation is what's going to be in your head to do it, to bring it back, to go back into that. So a lot of times you may come into the truth, and you may learn things, and you become strong in spirit and accept things that you wouldn't have accepted before in your life, ever in your life. And you accept, and now you become strong into being able to endure it. And then later on, you snap. What sister was talking about before about a relapse. Now you relapse. Now you crashing out. You ain't doing this. You ain't doing that. I'm smoking again. I'm doing this again. I'm whatever the case may be. And that's because you fell to temptation. You fell to that old man and that old woman. You can't be them anymore. In the Christian church, you can. In the Christian church, you can be whatever you want to be in there. You can do whatever you want to do in there. But when you come to serve the Lord, you have to be like this. This is your law. This is your culture. You understand? This is your culture. These are the laws, statutes, and commandments. This is what you have to do. This is how you have to be. And it's going to be hard because a lot of that stuff that you're putting away, you've done all your life. You've done for a long time. You love it. You love it so much. You love it. It makes you feel good. You know other people love it. And you know that they approve of that type of stuff. But now you got to do this. They don't approve of that. They don't approve of you now being this type of person and changing your life. And because of that, you may at some points fall to temptation of what? The influences of others, right? Like he just said, like the persecution. Now they like, hey man, what you doing? Why would you go do that? You shouldn't be do that. You better than that. You a better person than that. You in a cult. And then you may be like, man, all that strength you had built up, now you relapse and give in because of temptation. Well, you better get your mind right. Get your mind right. Go ahead and read.
Okay. And constantly endure.
And constantly endure. So when you think about it and you fall off, you get back on track. You fall off, you get back on track. It ain't over. This is where the battle really begins. Right here when you come to serve the Lord. And for children, it's a lot better because they are not like us that were born doing a lot of sinful things. You understand? Being born into sin and not knowing that we can't do this and can't do that. They have an opportunity to be taught by us to never have to have those addictions, those spirits that are inside of them for evil things. They can't even fathom it. And that's why we got to do what we're doing throughout our generations. We got to be teaching these things, and it's a commandment, right? Because now with those spirits that we have from trauma, from now the trauma leading to what? Alcoholism, leading to, big smoking weed, and the traumas that now led to smoking cigarettes and being a homosexual, the traumas that led to those things, and being a whore and a whoremonger, being lustful, the traumas that led to that, all of those things, now we have to after coming to serve the Lord, now we have to stop all of that and then fight it every day and get our mind right to fight it every day, to not do it and not do it. Every day it's a battle. Fight every day and win every day. Fight every day and win every day, because that's what you have to do. You have to do what? Endure to the end. Go ahead and read.
Okay. And make not haste in the time of trouble.
Right. And in the time of trouble, when the iron gets hot, you in a position where you about to crash out and be who you always were. You about to give in to the you that you used to be. Now is the time to make not haste. Meaning you gotta step back. Step back. You understand? Step back up. Haste means like what? What is haste like? Like being quick. Like don't be quick. Don't be fast. Don't slow down. Right? Haste, excessive speed, right? So like slow down now. Step back, get on the phone. Call your counselor. Call your brother. You understand? Put on a class. Get in that Bible, man. Get in that Bible, bro. Get in there. Don't get hasty now. Now you're like, oh man, what am I gonna do? Oh man, I'm gonna do, because you're gonna crash out. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna crash out. You're gonna do something that you should not do because you in the hot seat, and that's why we have these scriptures. It's gonna get hard. That you're fighting is gonna show its face. It's gonna show its ugly face, and you're gonna want to do that thing that you've always done, and you got to be able to step back in those times and keep fighting and win every day, every day. And it takes discipline to do that, right? Because discipline is you being corrected. When you do it, when you do mess up, now you got to get corrected. Didn't I tell you not to do that? Didn't Christ say this wasn't supposed to be this way? Didn't he say that was unlawful, that this was evil? Didn't we go through this already? Now you get the correction now. Then you got to have also the discipline to just say no. Say no. You know what? I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it. Nope. Go put yourself in another position. Go do something else. Change the scenery. Go somewhere. Do something different. Call somebody. Any more on that?
That was it on 2.
All right. Let me see where we at. Now drop me to chapter 18, verse 30. Let me see, because I know we run out of time. There's some points that I want to make. Go ahead and read. 18 and 30.
Okay. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 18, verse 30.
Go ahead.
Go not after thy lust.
Go not after thy lust. So if you don't learn anything today, know this. Your body, your flesh, your mind, your stomach, your genitals, your private parts, all of those things desire something. Your mind is thinking of something to have. Your stomach is thinking of something to have. Even your pockets. Your pockets, you're thinking about your pockets. Like, I need money. I need this. I need that. You got to know how to manage those things in order to not let them cause you to sin. You got to learn how to manage it. And that's why it says, go not after thy lust. Right? You can't chase your cravings. You can't be that type of person. Like, I'm craving this. Because you can be blinded by that stuff. And then now you'll end up in a dumb position. In a painful position. Or causing someone else to be in that position because you were blinded and you couldn't see past the money. You couldn't see past the sex. You couldn't see past the cravings that you had. You just gave into the cravings. You couldn't see past that high that you're going to get. Once you got high, that's why a lot of times when people get high or they get that that feeling from smoking tobacco or drinking and being an alcoholic, that drunk, what do they feel after that? Shame. You ain't see that coming. You wasn't thinking about that part. The shame, the blood now that you're coughing up, the sleep that you're losing. Now your kids is not. You didn't pick your kids up from school. You understand? Now you got cancer that's coming in and growing in your body now. You just gave into those cravings. You wasn't thinking about that. You wasn't seeing that part. That's why it says, "Give not unto thy lust." Go ahead and read.
Okay. So.
No sweat.
But refrain thyself from thine appetites.
Yep, but refrain thyself from thine appetites. I mean, you got to force yourself to stop. You got to force yourself not to do it. You got to. It's a fight you got to have. You got to force yourself not to do it. And it's the good fight. You understand? It's the good fight. Like, this is a command. You're commanded to live a disciplined life. You're commanded to do that. It's not an option. You have to do it. You're going to do anything. See, people think if they don't do what you telling them to do, then they're doing what they want to do. No, you're not. You're just doing what somebody else tells you to do. That's all you're doing. You're not doing what you don't want to listen to me, or you don't listen to nobody, huh? Well, guess what? You're going to listen to somebody. And it sounds like to me you're going to listen to those dwelling sins, that flesh, that evil within inside of you. Those demons. Sounds like what you about to listen to. You're going to listen to those demons. Well, guess what? You gotta fight yourself. You gotta stop yourself from doing those things and being that way. You got somebody in your life that's telling you the right thing to do. Talk to that person. Listen to them. Don't be the person that caused the people that are gonna feed your demons. Don't do that. Don't call the people that are gonna tell you what you want to hear. Hey, girl, you know what, man? I was thinking about, leaving this man. He got, he talking about getting another wife. What do you think she going to say? Oh, yeah, he must be tripping. Yeah, I knew you would say that. That's what I was thinking, too. I was thinking he tripping. You right. Oh, hey, bro, man, I've been thinking about stopping and drinking, man. Stopping, taking a break from drinking for a while. Why would you do that, bro? All you got to do is just drink a little bit less. Yeah, you right. Because they know, in their head, they know they want to go to the club this weekend, and it ain't no fun if you ain't drinking. But they not considering the fact that you're an alcoholic. They not considering that part. That's your homeboy. You called them for that reason because they know you're going to encourage you to drink. But that's why you got to call the people that are not going to tell you what you want to hear. Don't call the people that are going to tell you what you want to hear. That are going to reaffirm the things that are in your mind. No, the Bible says, what's that last line say again?
God. But refrain thyself from thine appetite.
It says, refrain thyself from thy appetites. You know that you know you shouldn't do that. You know you shouldn't be this way. You know, you see it in the Bible. It's righteous. It's these things that you're doing that are wrong is unlawful, and you don't need to call nobody else about it. You don't need to talk to your auntie and your mama and your homeboy, your homegirl. No, you know it's wrong. And you need to refrain from yourself, not call somebody that's going to help validate the things that your appetite, basically. Not talk to people who are going to validate your appetite, who are going to feed your appetite. No, you got to refrain from your appetite, and that means calling the brothers that you know are going to tell you the right thing to do, that are going to help to, guess what, give you more discipline. They're going to help you they're going to give you more correction, give you more zeal, more courage to do that thing that's right, that's hard for you to do. Because it's going to be worth it. It's going to be rewarding in the end. It's going to be rewarding in the end, man. It's all so simple. You do what the Lord wants you to do, you get rewards. You inherit the earth. You can inherit the heathens. The Bible says that. It says, I will give you the heathen as an inheritance. You'll be a slave master, a ruler. You have the land. You have dominion over the land, right? You have a family and have a wife, and she'll never sleep with another man. You have a husband, he'll never put his hands on you. Never do it. Your children, they'll never be drug dealers. They'll never grow up and be drug dealers or prostitutes. They'll never do it. This is the reward for that. But if you give in to your appetite and do the things that are against what God said, you're going to get curses. You're going to get child support. You're going to get effeminate men. You're going to get promiscuous women. You're going to get AIDS, STDs. You're going to get incarcerated. You're going to be homeless. You're going to be impoverished. You're going to be sick and ill with heart disease and gout and cancer. You're going to have a heart attack because those are the curses. You're going to have a woman, and guess what? She's going to go sleep with another man. You're going to get a husband, all of the standards that you have for a man. I need a man that's monogamous and has a 700 credit score, and he got, he's 6 foot tall and all these vain things. And then guess what? He's going to beat you over the head. He's going to throw you away. He's going to go sleep behind your back with another man. And that's the things that you're going to get from doing the things against what God said. Is no reward there. It's only cursings. Get any more on that?
That was it on 30.
All right, so let me get one more scripture. Let me get, let's go to 30, chapter 30. Let me get chapter 30. Discipline is, let me get verse 15. Discipline is the key to righteousness, man. It's the key to everything. You want to have better health? You know what you got to have? Discipline. You want to be in shape and be fit? What do you have to have? Discipline. You want to be successful? Yeah, you're going to need discipline to be successful, to get through school, to get through college. You're going to need discipline to do that schoolwork, to pay attention in class. You want to go to the league? You got to have discipline to go to that court every day, practice with the team, shoot 300 jump shots a day, do 300 layups a day. It's going to take discipline because some days you're going to say, I don't want to go practice. I don't want to study. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go work out today. I don't want to do these things. I don't want to, you see what I'm saying? It's going to take discipline to get through those times when you know in your mind, I don't want to do it. And it's also going to take discipline to beat your demons. It's going to take discipline to beat your demons, to be able to say that day when you say, I want to get high today. I want to smoke today. I want to drink a bunch today. Then you're going to be like, no, I can't. I cannot do it. I'm not going to do it. It takes discipline. Go ahead and read what you got.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Health and good state of body are above all gold.
You see what I'm saying? Health and a good estate of body are above all gold. Right? So like you talking about health is your health is, more important than any amount of gold, any riches. They say health is wealth, right? That's true. You understand? We're soldiers. We got to be fit for war. We got to be fit to raise these children, to do the things that we need to do. And that's just not physically between just me and as an individual, but that's us as a family. My family has to be healthy, and in order for us to be able to grow and be able to have things, our community needs to be healthy. Our nation needs to be healthy. Like all of these things are going to help us to be able to go longer and do better for one another. And it ain't just about, getting fit and working out and eating right, getting in shape. But again, it's about also keeping the law, right? Because what does it matter if you're going to be, a weightlifter and you smoke cigarettes and drink alcohol? It doesn't matter. The two don't go together. You understand? What does it matter how healthy you are and you go and celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving, or you go marry some whore or something like that? And then now she got you impoverished. You living in hell. You oppressed every day. You got to have health mentally, physically, and spiritually. You understand? It's a good estate. It's a far above gold. Go ahead and read.
And a strong body above infinite wealth.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Verse 16. There is no riches above his sound body.
You understand? Go ahead. Hold on. Go ahead. Hold on. Where we at?
16.
All right. Hold on. Matter of fact, yeah, go ahead. Keep on going. Hold on. Wait.
We were at 15.
Say it again.
We were at 15.
Okay. Go ahead and continue.
Come. And no joy above the joy of the heart.
Go ahead.
Verse 17. Death is better than a bitter life.
What does it say?
Death is better than a bitter life.
You understand that? Death is better. Now, what does that mean? Death is better than a bitter life. What is that? That doesn't even make sense, does it? Because, like, death is meaning no life at all. It's better than a bitter life. Go ahead. What does that mean?
Or continual sickness.
Go ahead. Okay, so like death is talking. This is talking about. So in the Bible, there's death like spiritually death, right? Spiritual death, which is really you just being unlawful, right? Being dead spiritually is unlawful. But it's also talking. But death also is, living a long life, right? Because essentially, when you're following the laws, in time you would grow old and die of natural causes, right? Die of natural causes. An old man, old woman, you see your kids have kids and kids, grandkids and something, which is a beautiful thing. And that is all better than living a bitter life. Because this life you're going to live because you giving in to your flesh and doing all of the things that you want to do because you want to, like an animal, man. Do you want to be an animal? I don't think you want to be an animal. The Lord said he created man in his image. Meaning what? He set us apart from animals by the very thing that we're teaching right now, that we can make decisions to do better things. Well, animals can't do that. Animals just do what their blood tells them to do. That's what you want to be like? You just want to do like, you just get mad. I'm mad. Now I'm about to kill somebody. I'm angry. I'm upset. Now I'm about to fight. Oh, I'm sad. So now I'm going to go be a whore and commit adultery. Because I'm sad he broke my heart. Is that what we're going to do? Is we going to live off of emotions and feelings and blood and our gut? What our gut tells us to do? No. We got to be able to do the things that we are told to do. We got to be able to do the things that are right. So even when you're in your feelings, you have those eternal feelings, those internal emotions, you can feel those ways because we are human. But don't let those things be the thing, but be the cause behind your actions. Don't let them fuel your actions. Don't let them do that. You know what you allow to fuel your actions? The law. The law and what God said. That's what fuels your actions. You understand? You don't get to go, if like for example, you don't fight somebody because you're mad. No. But you can fight out of self-defense. That's lawful. Lawful to fight somebody, you can defend yourself. You could do that. You should defend yourself. But because you're mad, that's not in the law. You understand? Fighting your demons takes you to be focused. You understand? It takes you to be able to be disciplined. It takes strength. It takes courage. And it actually takes brotherhood. It takes sisterhood. You understand? To have somebody that's a support system for you. And again, the support system that you should tie yourself to are the people that are like-minded with you. Because if you go outside of this body for support, they're going to support your appetite. That's what they're going to do. All right? With that, we're going to pass the class over to Precinct Officer Taziar.
These are the ISUPK security announcements. We had the ISUPK started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shut themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Mashrah means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Feast of First Fruits starts after the Sabbath. Unleavened bread, sundown April 20th, 2025. Count 50 days.
Let me say something right quick. What this brother just brought out in that announcement, right? Courting the brother and sister. Like, that's not in the law. It's not in the law that you have to court somebody in, 90 days and all of that, right? But these are instructions from the men above us who have wisdom, that put these things in place to help further protect us. So meeting a man and meeting a girl and courting them, vetting them to make sure their beliefs and their life aligns with yours is going to save you a lifetime of heartache, a lifetime of heartbreak or pain and struggling outside of what you would normally go through in a marriage. You understand? Picking the right woman and picking the right man is important. And that's why we have these rules. You understand? You have to have discipline to be able to follow these rules. Because if you don't, Lord be with you. Go ahead.
Okay. Upcoming holy convocations. Feast of First Fruits. It starts after the Sabbath, unleavened bread. Sundown Sunday, April 20th, 2025. Count 50 days. Celebrate the 50th day. Sunday, June 8th, 2025. Start before sundown. You can find this in the book of Leviticus, chapters 23, verses 10 to 22. Reminder to any Akim and Akwat to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, you're required to wear all black. That includes boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And this concludes the ISUPK security announcements.
All right, everybody imagine that you're in the stand. You're going to turn to face the east. You do the Lord's Prayer. You got to do the Lord's Prayer.
It's the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malafka, Taba'ah, Watazaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashemayim, Natananawa, Lakan, Kawiyawam, Wasalakinawa, Kabawatinawa, Kasalakinawa, Kabawatinawa, Wa'ala'a, Tabayanawa, Banasayawan, Abba, Hawashnaiwa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wa'tafarat, Laiwalamyam, Aman.
In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Sorry, turn the face in front. Sister, you can be seated. And do one courtesy salute for the brothers. And individual, Imagine Shabbat. I imagine. Barak, Yahweh, Shini, Shah, Barakatah. Yahya Matah, which means hands down. Sorry. Turn the face to the sisters. Imagine. Gonna do a courtesy salute for the sisters. Individual, Imagine Shabbat. I imagine. Barak, Yahweh, Shema, Lathabah, Shini, Shah. Yahya Matah, class dismissed.